So alpine humus soils are found roughly above 1600 metres, and they're found in obviously the alpine regions of Australia. So that runs from Canberra down through Kosciuszko National Park, where we are now standing, and then they go down into the Victorian Highlands, and they're also found in Tasmania. Other alpine environments around the world do not have the same type of alpine humic soils that we have. What most people don't appreciate is how important a soil is for the environment. The soil type you have reflects what you've got above ground. It also supports rare and endangered species that won't occur in other soil types. So soil and soil types are really important for our environment and for our biodiversity. So one of the soil profiles we're looking at here is not a true alpine humus soil. This soil is a bit too shallow at 19 centimetres, and it also doesn't have that sea horizon, which is where the water gets transmitted to. These soils are really friable, so you can pick them up in your hand and you can break them down to this nice sort of crumb structure. I thought it's worth emphasising these transitional alpine humus soils, this alpine humic material, because you don't need much to fill that role of being a layer that transmits water to lower in the horizons and therefore slows water movement through the landscape, filters water through the landscape and delivers your pristine water to your streams in your high country. Now we all think of carbon storage, and these are a store of carbon, but if we lose these soils through fire, through erosion, through some form of degradation, then we're actually liberating a lot of carbon back into the system.
So here we are at the top of a small peak just near Round Mountain, and it's an area with alpine humus soils, but being the top of the peak, it's also where the fire came through in 2020, and there's a lot of fire damage to the alpine humus soils here. You can see that it's actually burnt the organic topsoil right down to bedrock in many places. In other places over here you can see where the plants have been burnt right down, and whereas the bottom of the plants and the roots and so on are still stuck there, but you're down to mineral soil. All the organic matter has gone.
We've seen where fire has not only devastated these eucalypts that we're looking at, these snow gums, but also here we're seeing where the organics has been burnt out of the soil. Now this is not going to come back in our lifetime. The organic material and the formation of these alpine humus soils doesn't occur overnight, and this fire has effectively changed this landscape. We can see patches here which haven't revegetated a couple of years after this fire. If it hadn't burnt out all the alpine humic soil, this would have 100% cover.